I can only imagine the amount of relief that Oprah felt when she said those words and her mother passing away. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about the importance of forgiveness. So forgiveness is such an important part of the healing journey. There is a definition that I wanted to read. It says, what is forgiveness? Psychologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness. To start off, I want to talk about what forgiveness is not, because that helps me personally understand what forgiveness is. So it is not justifying or accepting behavior. It is not reconciliation. It's also not letting the person off the hook. So why should we forgive? And I think while I've been on this healing journey, in the beginning, it was very much victim mindset of like, I can't believe these people did this to me, and how can people be this way? Like, I was very focused on the resentment, on even hatred, on the negativity of everything. And I came to realize that that was not letting me be the person that I wanted to become. I don't just want to be on a healing journey, I also want to be evolving at the same time. So I realized that as I had these negative emotions, I was almost a prisoner in my own body and in my own life. And I was not allowing myself to live up to my potential. I was not allowing myself to be happy or have joy. And I think that's the whole point of forgiveness. It's not that you're letting this person off the hook. It's that you're letting yourself be free. Something else to keep in mind is that bitterness will never bring you happiness. If you're stuck in a victim mentality and you're just stuck in the past, you're not going to be able to live a fulfilling life, because you're always going to be thinking about how people wronged you and how you're still holding that resentment. And it's almost like you're allowing them to have power of your life still, even in the present, even in the future. I don't know why I have this on. You deserve peace and you deserve a fulfilling life. So how do we forgive? Something that has helped me quite a lot is just the acceptance of what is. Acceptance that even though the things that have happened in the past or the things that people have done is not good, I can still move beyond that. I can still accept that that is what happened. I can accept it is what it is, and I can move on with that acceptance. I would also say it's important to really grieve and feel the pain. And what I mean by that is, like, you grieve the life that you could have had. You grieve the childhood that you should have had. You grieve the way people should have treated you. It's okay to feel those emotions and to feel that and to know that that's not right. And I think that's part of the process, is like you have to just accept what is and what has happened, and you have to be able to be okay with feeling the pain. It's part of the process. You can't get to the other side without all of this acknowledgement beforehand. Another thing that has helped me is having compassion of the people that have hurt me, and how it's a reflection of their own traumas as well. Going along with that is not taking things personally, not thinking that it's not my fault that this happened to me, it's not my fault that I was treated this way, and just coming to that realization that it has more to do with their own traumas than it has to do with how I deserve to be treated at that time. Something else that has helped me is trying to understand what it is that I learned from those experiences. In my case, I learned self-worth. I learned how I was not going to allow other people to treat me anymore. I learned self-love. I learned that just because someone else doesn't see the value in me does not mean that I don't have value. Also, even knowing that I don't ever want to feel the way I felt in the past. I think that has so much power, that you're just able to recognize that what's okay and what's not with the treatment of you. And then I would say the biggest thing that I learned is knowing the person that I want to be. Just because I know the person I don't want to be, it gives me a better idea of the person that I want to become. It helps me realize the family member that I want to be. It helps me realize the partner that I want to be, the parent that I want to be, the friend that I want to be. Just because I know what some of those don't look like. You can just have a different perspective of no longer feeling like you're the victim, but actually taking your power back. So, what if the person that has hurt you has not apologized for what they have done? This is huge. This is actually something that I've learned quite recently because of experiences that I've had. I have always forgiven someone that has apologized to me. Even though it has been hard. It's not easy to kind of just accept that apology. The hard thing is forgiving someone that has not apologized. That just takes healing to a whole different level. Actually putting yourself in the position of, I'm going to accept an apology that I never even received. There's a quote from my girl, Najwa Zabian. I think that's how you say her name. And this quote is probably the most powerful thing when it comes to forgiveness. And I'm going to read it. It says, "We believe they have..." Okay, backtrack. So the quote is during an interview that she was having. So they were talking about forgiveness, Najwa and the person interviewing her. And the person had asked her, why do we want an apology from people that have hurt us? This is what she said. "We believe they have a lot more power than we do over our current situation. Do you really need the person who hurt you to tell you, I hurt you and I'm sorry, and I feel awful that I did that? Do you not know how painful the pain was when you experienced it? Do you need them to tell you how painful it was and give you permission to feel it? You don't need it. You want it. Because you believe your relief is going to come when they acknowledge what they put you through. And if they do apologize, you think it's going to take the pain away, but it doesn't, because you still have to heal from that pain." I absolutely love this quote because I feel like with forgiveness, I understood the other concepts. I understood it was for me and not for them. I understood it was for my peace. It was for my mental health, for my own well-being, and not for the other person necessarily. But this quote gives you so much more power because you're not just waiting around hoping people acknowledge the pain that they put you through. You're taking your power back and realizing, yes, that was painful. Yes, that was wrong. Yes, I never want to experience that again. And I get to release myself from the pain. I get to release myself from the resentment. For all the negativity that I currently feel, I get to take my power back through forgiveness, through someone that doesn't even know how bad they hurt me, someone that is completely oblivious of the pain that they have caused me. Another point with that quote is understanding that an apology does not take away the pain. That is so powerful because a lot of us are just waiting around, waiting for people to come in and so that we can finally forgive them, so that we can finally close that chapter in our book. And that is not necessary. That is not part of what brings relief. You bring yourself relief. You forgiving the person, you letting go of resentment, letting go of the past is what healing is. It's what brings the relief. So it's up to you to feel that and to free yourself. It's not up to the other person. Going along with forgiving others is you have to forgive yourself. And forgive yourself for what you allowed as far as treatment goes. Forgive yourself for not validating your pain. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now. And forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time. There's a story that Oprah Winfrey talks about with her own mother. And she had a rocky relationship with her. They didn't really meet eye to eye on most things and for the majority of Oprah's life. And at the end of her mom's life, she was pretty much on her deathbed, and everyone, well, her and her mom knew that she was going to pass away soon. And it was so interesting to see because Oprah tells her, like, hey, do you feel like you're going to make it? And her mom says, no, I think, my time has come. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and contact, I'm assuming family and friends, and whoever wants to say goodbye so they can come stop by, say their goodbyes and their farewell. And Oprah leaves and she goes on with, I think she had like an interview scheduled the next day or something. And then she actually decides to cancel all of the interviews or for that day. And she flies back to where her mom was at. And she said she started playing music to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. And she saw that her mom had opened up a little bit. And what Oprah told her mom is so powerful. I'm going to read that as well. She said, I thank you for being the mother that you knew how to be, even though many times it wasn't what I thought I needed. I want you to know I bless you and I give you peace, and I want you to go in peace and to know I love you. I can only imagine the amount of relief that Oprah felt when she said those words and her mother passing away. I can't even imagine how Oprah would have felt if she hadn't said those last words to her mother. And again, forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is giving yourself that freedom to live your best possible life, to live without resentment, to give yourself the opportunity to be happy. And also remember that at some point, you're also going to want forgiveness. You're also going to want that other person to forgive you. And it's full circle. I think the more you are able to forgive others, the easier it becomes for others to forgive you as well. So I just want to invite you to really dig deep and figure out if there's anyone in your life that you need to forgive, regardless if they have apologized or not, and give yourself that freedom and release of resentment, of vengeance, in order for you to live your most fulfilling life. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.